Hey. So we broadcasting on TikTok and Facebook simultaneously. Today's topic, I have a formal topic, but essentially here we go. I don't want to deal with judgment, but I have to share my message. This is the topic for today. I don't want to deal with judgment, but I have to share my message. So this came up in a session with some clients this week. Yep, this week. This is a client who is successful, meaning financially, right? Landlord, investor, has lots of all the material things that we call success. She's married, and she has a message she wants to bring forth. Her message is poverty is women's greatest enemy, not man. That's her message. Poverty is women's greatest enemy, not man. And I'm using her as an example because this is a common thing. She's not abnormal. This is not unusual, which she brought forth. And she doesn't want to deal with the weight and the judgment of one, people just having opinions about women and money. Good God, don't we know about that? And just scrutiny and judgment from being a public facing leader with a message, okay? Who has good money, who's commanding attention, who's shifting the collective. This is what the fuck we're doing over here. And she's black, okay? There's plenty of business coaches and basic teachings and basic transformations online, okay? Her work is much deeper. We're going into the feminine, which is why I have this as my background on TikTok. We're going into the emotionality, we're going into the dark, we're going into the shadow of money for women. Listen, I'm repeating this shit, okay? I was having a conversation with myself earlier today, and I was like, I'm sick of certain topics coming up in conversation. I was like, well, Naima, you must be available for it if it keeps coming up in your conversation. It was a whole back and forth. And here's the thing, I'm servicing people who want to get to the other side, okay? Who want to get to the other side. They're scarce in their thinking. Most people don't even realize they're scarce in their thinking. They don't. Most people don't. Anyway, and so a video went up on my TikTok today, maybe about what, a half hour ago, and it said that when you are a black sheep, which this woman is, this client who I'm talking about, she calls herself eccentric. That's the word she uses. Eccentric, so black sheep, strange, weird, right? You never fit in, okay? And you have a message, right? You know you have a message, right? And this woman is already online creating content. Like, she gets most of her business from LinkedIn. She's not new to content creation. She's been in business for years, right? So she's familiar with getting on camera, speaking what she needs to say, but she's not talking about the real thing, okay? And that's a lot of us. We may already be creating content, but we're not talking about the real thing. We're not talking about the dark thing, the shadow thing, the shameful thing, the embarrassing thing, the thing from childhood, the things that really make the deep difference in a person's money, in their identity, in the quality of the decisions that they make, which changes where they live, who's in their life, who they fuck, who they marry, who they divorce, how much money they end up with in their old days, whether they give birth or not, all the shit that fucking matters. And I'm so sick. Oh, you see what I just did there? Okay. I reject that. Pardon me. We're over that. That is finished. It is finished. It is a web of lies that have had too much place in women's deep mind, in the cervix, in the entry of their pussy, sitting at the tip of their clitoris, holding too much fucking space in their womb, in their throat. And we're done. We're done. We're done. We are rich naturally. The money should reflect that. It is time for the money to reflect the riches that you are. The niggas sucking you dry because they know you got the energy. That's why they want you attached to them. Because they want to feed. They want to feed. How about you feed yourself? How about you feed yourself? This book that's on the screen right here. This was you see on my green screen here on TikTok. This is a book. You need to go to Amazon and get it right now. It's called Into the Heart of the Feminine. It's a powerful book. I love it. Last year I was recommending the book damn near every day. Okay? And it's so good. And what it speaks to is the video that went up on TikTok about half hour ago talking about the foundation of a woman. But thank you for all those hearts. Let me come say hi. Let me come say hi. Hi, y'all. Hi, y'all. Alicia Joy said, just held a mental funeral for my mom. Oh, yes. Who is still very alive, but dead to me, so you're my mom now. I'm a hot mama, too. I believe in hot sex. You hear me? I'm a hot mama, girl. Listen, okay? I'm the real mama. You hear me? I'm not over here trying to be good and decent and bitch. We here to produce results and be women, full whole women. Full, full. You hear me? Elevated. That's your innate position. You hear me? Hey, Creative Cosmic Chaos. Hey, y'all, what's up? Hey, y'all, what's up? Each one, teach one. Now, I'm going to talk a bit about this foundation of the woman. Before I do, respond to me right now, all of y'all. There's no reason for, let me be clear. Let me get some context here, because I got several conversations going on right now, and only certain ones is coming out of my mouth. Okay. So, Women Gods Gather in Atlanta is coming up March 16th, 17th, 23rd. That's a Saturday and Sunday, and then the following Saturday. First of all, have you guys looked at the details? Whatever. There's no right or wrong. I just want to know. Have you looked at the details? Some of y'all names is familiar. Like Alicia Joy, I think you're new here. I could be wrong. Thank you for liking the live. Each one, teach one. Creative Cosmic is a familiar name. The other folks I can't see, right? Y'all know how this works. It doesn't show everything and everybody. So each one, teach one says yes. Is it for you? Y'all, I want to really know what's going on, because I know people are looking at links and things. Like, I'm getting DMs, conversations are happening, but I don't know. I want to know who else. You know what I mean? Visa, okay. Where are you? Creative Cosmic. You don't need a visa to come here, do you? You do, huh? I don't know. Do you? Who else? Who else read the page? Each one, teach one. Oh, South Africa. Do you need a visa to come here just to visit? I'm curious. I know, like, to stay you do, but do you need to come to, like, for, like, holiday? Is that I know that seemed like something I should know, but I don't know. Oh, you do? Okay. I didn't know that. Each one, teach one. So you didn't buy a ticket. At least I just get the feeling you didn't buy a ticket. I feel like there would be a different kind of connection if you did buy a ticket. Did you? And what did you decide? Did you look at it and say, this isn't for me? Oh, that's nice. Or I can't afford that. Or I am getting my ticket. I just haven't gotten to it. What have you told yourself? People who don't have profile photos, you need to put up a profile photo if you would like to connect here. Okay. This is social media. We're socializing. Okay. At this point. Okay. Got it. Okay. Anybody else? I'd like to know. I really want to know. Like, if you're new here, you're new to my live, you've never been here before, you're new, let me know that. Say, I'm new here. Hi. If you have looked at it and you just, I don't know, whatever. I just want to hear what is true. What is true? Because I really want to know, like, how my content is hitting, what people are feeling, thinking, the variety of people who are looking and thinking. Hi, femininity. Can't afford it. Okay. Love me some black women. Okay. Hello. This is myself. Okay. I wish I could be in attendance. I'm like a whole vibe. Yes. It's deeply transformational. I want to say something to this. I don't know if this is even gonna, you know what I mean? Um, but let me ask you, what is something that anybody can answer this to? Because it's the point that I want to make, because you'll see where I'm going with this. Is there something right now that you're burning to have? A burning desire. Not like you want it, but you're burning to have it. You're burning to have it. I will not be live streaming the event, Alicia Joy. Thank you for asking. What are you burning to have right now? What are you burning to have? Or what do you have now that you were burning to have once upon a time and now you have it? So either one. You were either burning, right? You understand my question? Hey, hey, thank you. Hello, welcome in, folks. Welcome in. I'm seeing folks coming in. I'm seeing things. Oh. By energy vampire. What do you mean? Living in my authentic truth. Okay, good. You have that now. So, what about materially? Anything else you're burning to have? Let me just get to the point. So, what I have found is when there's something that's mine, and that's mine. That's mine. Did anybody read the page and felt like that? That's mine. Not like, oh, that seems like, oh, that's gonna be great. That seems like, but you were like, did anybody feel that? Thank you for liking the live. Welcome in. You need a profile photo if you would like my response or if you would like to engage here. Otherwise, if you are not going to put up a profile photo or you don't have one, so the foundation, oh, hold on, a business, but I haven't learned how to come out of my introvert stage. Okay, you will when you're ready. When a woman is ready, she does, it happens. Yes or no? When a woman, listen, right? But she's not quite ready. So I want to get to this point about foundation. Foundation, the foundation of the woman. You being a black sheep, you being a messenger, and this might not even apply to anybody here right now. Remember, I do this to create content to then send out to YouTube, Facebook, da, da, da. So it's okay if it doesn't apply. Hello, it's important to be discussed as we are moving forward. So the foundation. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Hold 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. You're intrinsically wealthy. Okay. I feel like this goes over people's heads. When I say it, I literally feel that it just goes over people's heads. It's like they hear it, but it's not. What do I mean by intrinsically wealthy? As within, so without. When you're intrinsically wealthy, you are aware that your whole being, how you think, how you smell, how you feel, the way your heart beats, who you are just in your rested state, the way that you move, the way that you lean, the way that you look, the thoughts that come through your head, the way that you create, the way that you decide, the way that you choose, the way that you lean, the way that you care for yourself. All of it valuable, all of it. Therefore, when it is distorted, you literally become a defunct version of yourself, right? Oh, and this is a deep, ooh, like always, this can go in multiple directions, and there's so many different pieces of it. But you, at the same time, you have a pussy, right? You could be totally like, your foundation can be weak. You can be, walking around with a bunch of unresolved trauma. You could be depressed. You could be all that. And you can still do so many things, right? You can still fuck. You can still make babies. You can still get married. You can still do all these things, right? Which is why, shit, this seems like depressed women be quicker to get a man than everybody else because a man just wants access to you, right? He wants babies, he wants pussy. Most men don't even know when their woman is depressed, right? Especially when we have learned how to lie, right? We've learned how to be good and right. And so you being in the only way that you can be defunct is when everything that is natural about you, you think poorly about it, which is what most women do, right? Most women, when you say pussy or pleasure or vagina or electricity or being on or wetness or alive and these kinds of things, orgasmic on, most women don't immediately go to, oh, yes, that's a wonderful, positive thing, right? Most of us don't automatically, when we're young, we are. How many of y'all raising daughters? You know damn well, right? But by the time you get distorted, okay, by the time you get out here in the world, if you come from, a mother who contributed to you being traumatized, right? Lord knows, with the community, by the time you get to grown, you done forgot all that. You done forgot all of your intrinsic value. Now you running around here Men who ain't, oh God, the worst men, you letting them put their dick in you. Yeah, yes or no? Huh? You begging to get up under some man because you done lost who you are, and you want some man to come and be your guide. You want somebody to come and save you and direct you because deep inside you already feel like you don't deserve. You're scared of life. You're scared to live. You're scared to use your intrinsic value to create the desired life. So you are such a great magnet to a man who wants to come in and be the Lord over you and teach you. And this is the way. This is a great couple. Okay. And then get older, right? You get, look, somebody said, wow, guilty. Hello, Alicia. Alicia said, guilty. Creative Cosmic Chaos said, oh, I feel you. Thank you for liking the live, Gina. The Divine Flow said, you in my business. That's my past life. It's a common thing, right? So you're not alone. I've had clients like this. I can see women out in the world living like this. Right? It's all baked into the divine, oh, what men call natural order. Oh, it's in the natural order. Did y'all see the comment? I said, "Po baby." He commented on my post that what he said. I can't even remember verbatim, but something about the women need to submit to their husbands because they're their masters. Did y'all see that? That's what a lot of men actually think, though. They want to be the Lord over the woman. Thank you for sharing the live, Divine Essence. They want to make sure she remains cleaved to him. Oh, the Bible done such a, oh Lord, attached, right? Attached so he can always have someone to feed and remind him of the man that he is. Listen, there's parts of this that's no problem. It's no problem when it's healthy. The problem is almost always it comes at the expense of the value and the power of the woman. Okay, almost always. Okay, Creative Cosmic Chaos says they truly believe that. They truly believe it. And I'd be like, wow. But guess what? They've been believing it for a long time. The men of today didn't create that. They're just sons of the creations of that. They are not the creators of it. They are sons and perpetuators of it. And because the men who created it know men, they knew that they could get men to agree with it and defend that thing for, you see how long? Centuries has been defended and protected. And the man is, yes, yes or no? Thank you for sharing the live, Brownie. So, getting back to the point that I was making about your intrinsic value, and so you give it away, right? You just right, and we see you've all given it away. And for those of you who have been like guilty, oh my God, you in my business, that's me. What happened that made you start waking up? The kids got older and moved out, and you were an empty nester. What happened? You got sick. You ended up in the hospital with some disease. What happened? Your husband surprisingly served you divorce papers. What happened? It's always something that knocks a woman down, that breaks the little bubble that she's been living inside of for a long time from a place of fear, scared to live life because she was traumatized. She didn't trust life. I did a video, what was that, 3 weeks ago, saying that the mother represents life. And if you have a poor relationship with your mom, you will have a hard time trusting life. Did you guys see that video? If you had a poor relationship with your mom, because your mom represents life, you will have a hard time living life. Meaning you will have a hard time traveling alone. You will have a hard time being single. You will even have a hard time in any kind of relationship you are with a man, because the man represents like the thing you can hide behind, that you'll even distort the way you look at him to make sure he stays there. We so damn crafty. Don't I've been seeing this shit from so many different angles, working deep with women, going inside of women's pussies, hearts, minds, soul, to see the crafty ways we lie to ourselves. And because we are so crafty, boy, when it's time to get up out that thing, it can feel like we fall into slumps. And that's why we force life to force us, by us ending up with some big disease in the hospital, by the husband serving you divorce papers out the blue, by somebody in your life close to you dying that wake you up because you have been so much hypnotized. We don't blame women for this state, okay? You've been so hypnotized because of what you went through, been scared of life and scared of your power, that you needed something to knock your ass hard to wake you up. Mm? And in that, the whole time you were lying. This is what I'm talking about, though. What we call natural order today is not natural order. Look at who you are as you have waken up. Look at who you are for real. Valence, your name is new to me. Hey, darling, is that your birth name? Does it have a meaning? Medusa got the raw end of consequence. She truly was vilified and demonized to protect it. Yep, this is true. That's very true. The divine flow said, had my heart shattered when I was 22, but it broke me open. I'm telling you, I told a young lady in Colombia, she was crying and, she was going through a heartbreak. She was from Colombia, but she moved to Miami and she was back in Colombia with a friend. And we were on a tour. You know how Airbnb, you can buy experiences, and we were on a tour. And it was a group of us, like 10 of us, and we were at a restaurant sitting together outside. And she's, like 23 and just broke up with this guy. You know, when you're 23, everything, right? And she's talking about, my heart. I said, well, this is great. I said, because you're not really a grown up until you get your heart broken. And it was an Asian dude in the group there with his Colombian girlfriend. And he looked at me like, he was like, what kind of, what's that called? That show that everybody was raving about. Games. What's that? Games, not Game of Thrones. Card game. What's that show everybody was raving about? He was like, what kind of, he just seemed to be blown away by everything I was saying. I was like, well, you're not really a grown up until you get your heart broken. And he was like, what kind of, what's the name of that show, y'all? I know somebody here know what I'm talking about. Uh, Games. What's that game? I really want to know now. Hold on. Somebody know it. No. It was like one of those, it was like a Game of Thrones type popular show. What's that games? It's something, the word games was in it, I thought. Oh God, I can't remember. Somebody, one of y'all know it. No. Hunger Games. That was it. Thank you. He was like, what? And I didn't watch Hunger Games, but I always heard about it because y'all was watching that shit crazy. And every time it was on, it was like everybody congregated on Facebook to watch Hunger Games and be on Facebook at the same time. So I learned about Hunger Games just by watching y'all comment on it. I don't know if it was y'all, but you know what I mean? And he was, when I said to her, well, you're not really a grown up until you get your heart broken. It's like one of the rites of passage to becoming a grown up. And he was like, what kind of Hunger Game shit is that? This Asian boy. And I was like, what? It's true. He was like, I know. God dang, right? So so I'm glad that that happened. It woke you up, right? Let me see. Hold on. Matriarchal governance will slowly start to appear here, slowly, but it will absolutely return. Yes, who are primal and of the heart and truly chosen. Okay, primal of the heart and true. Sexual by a man I trusted, then I saw them for what they are. Some, come on, let's be careful. That's another thing to be careful. The divine flow says she's releasing a poetry book about this. Amen. Very good. So now we're talking about the foundation. Remember, let's go back, get on point. The foundation of the woman, right? When you're intrinsically wealthy, you're born like this, we already know, and then you get broken along the way, and then you grow up as an adult, and then the man is attracted to the broken woman because he gets to come in and feel important and needed and all that, right? And then at some point she wakes up due to some circumstance in life, and then she starts to come into herself, and Lord knows what that looks like depending on who she is, her circumstance, and how much she's called, right? And hold on a second. My screen is doing something weird. Hold on a second. Hey, April. So now we start to come back to how does a woman restore her foundation? Okay. Now, why does this matter? Before I go into a woman restoring her foundation, how does this matter? First of all, when you are today, right now, I'm speaking specifically to the black sheep woman who has a message to bring to the marketplace, meaning you are looking to command the world stage. You don't hope, you're not maybe, you're very much called to bring a message forth, okay? And right, even no matter what your financial status, when you are hiding, when you don't want to, like my client said, deal with the judgment of people's responding to her message, because we know good and well, the more attention you start commanding on the world stage, the more impact you start to have, the more engagement you start to get on your posts. That's when people really want to start come saying. You can have little to no engagement. It's like nobody got nothing to say. But as soon as you start having thousands and thousands and thousands of comments and views, now motherfuckers want to show up. Now you starting to get people creating fake accounts as yours, and right. And she's like, I don't want to deal, right? So when you are broken on some level and you want to come out, but your foundation is weak, like what you gonna stand on when people do disagree and bring their comments, whether it's in your comments, whether it's in your DMs, whether it's all the different ways, because you never know when you're doing truly pioneering work. Thank you for following. Thank you for liking the live. Thank you, Mania Shanti. Um, we should kick out the. Let's have a conversation here. Okay. Um, you know, when you are truly bringing forth a message that is a jab to the status quo, okay? At first, a couple things. One, you could look like a fool. Two, people will ignore you. Uh, and with your commitment in time, people are going to come around, and then the attacks start while others are falling in love with you, the people who you're meant to serve. And let me say this, as someone who has gotten attacked, who gets attacked, who will continue to have people and things and all that, I want to share with you what one of the women said. We were all on Zoom on Tuesday inside of our session, all about platform building and growing out our social media platforms and strategies and what we're doing and looking at what's going on inside. And that's where this topic came up. And the woman who I'm talking about, who's like, I don't want to deal with the judgment of people tripping about women with money, growing their money, etc. Another woman said to her, girl, when people start tripping in your comments, etc., your people are gonna be sticking up for you anyway. So I want to share that with you all, that there will be people who will disagree with you vehemently, who will ignore you at first, then they will be watching you like a mug, and then especially as you start to get visibly successful, because success starts before it's even visible, but before you start getting when you start getting visibly successful, they're going to respond, and the people who love you are going to respond too. I've had people respond to shit in my comments. So I share that with you, for those of you who may quietly be dealing with, well, I don't want to deal, but even though you are like, I don't want to deal, there's a part of you that's like, I gotta share this message. I gotta get this out. Okay. Now, how does one deal with the foundation, the restoration? One, whatever you're doing right now, just working, keep doing that. Thank you for sharing the live, matriarch dragoness. Two, this book that you see on the screen. Can you see the author? You don't need to see the author, but let me put that there so you can, so y'all can see. Take a screenshot if that would help. It's an Italian couple, uh, and it's an Italian couple, and they really use a lot of the Jungian philosophies and principles in they do Jungian work to support their clients. That's who are the authors of this book. So I'm highly recommending this book as work to do alone by yourself. Thank you for sharing the live. Known infidel. That third. Oh my Lord. There's so many. Y'all should ask me questions, because oh honey, I got so many solutions. This is a vault over here. Um, Heal Your Witch Wound. I have talked about Heal Your Witch Wound. You can get it right now with the link in my bio. You are a woman, any woman. I don't care your financial status, where you live, whatever your background has been. The healing of the witch wound is essential for every woman. Every woman. It is taboo to be a woman in today's climate, right? It is taboo to be a woman. And most people don't even know what I mean when I say that. I'm telling you. Hey, you guys. Big M wants some attention. Hey, Big M, here it is, baby. Here's the attention you wanted. How does it feel? Thank you for sharing the live, the divine flow. And thank you again, matriarch. Did you share it again? Thank you. I appreciate that. Big M. What up, Daddy O? What up, Big M? What up, Daddy O? He said, look, was that so hard? Listen, y'all. I'm telling y'all. Let me share something with y'all. So, what's her name? Lee. I can't remember her last name. White woman. Wealthy white woman. She was a mentor for me for a little while. And like, what was this? 2012-ish, maybe early into 2013. She lives in the Claremont area in Oakland. Oakland is a wealthy area where wealthy folks live out in the Oakland area. It's called Claremont. It's up on a hill. The real estate reflects the wealth. It's a wealthy area. Obscure. It's like, I know when most people think Oakland, they think about, I don't know what you think, but violence, theft, all that. But there's parts of Oakland that are affluent and they're like up on hills and things like that, right? And Lee is affluent. She's an affluent white woman, and she mentored me for a little while because she saw me, she saw my power, she saw my ambition, etc. And she just decided to take me under her wing. I didn't pay her no money for this. And she was, at the time, she was in some high level mentorship programs. This was before I had ever been in a high level mentor program. And Lee was in high level mentor programs with people who was making like 100 million a year. You know what I mean? So like she was in like out the shit with what? What is, you know what I mean? And you know, she would tell me about the women, like co-ed mastermind groups, and even the women in there who were making like 10 million, $50 million a year. She's like, even those women, because I was talking about women in power at that time too. I just wasn't hardly talking about it to the degree that I'm talking about it now. Okay. And she was telling me, she's like, even the women in these, you know, and I don't know how much she paid to be in it. She was like, but even these women who are making millions of dollars a year, they're still very much programmed to defer to men. And she was feeling the kind of frustration I was feeling because she said to me, and I want to share this with you, she said women could literally rule the world if they decided to. Women could literally rule the world. Men rule the world by force, physical force. They don't run it through intuition. They don't run it by being connected to the unknown. They don't run it by being connected to the feminine. They don't run it by true harmony and sustainability. They run it through force. They run it through power over. They run it through fear. That's why fear dominates. It that's the it's the thing that pings on humans all over. It's the dominant frequency because that's how they rule. When women get very comfortable with all of the filth and the ugly that men use to rule the world, let me repeat that. When women do the high level, this is high level, this is not like TikTok girly work. I'm going to do my affirmations and because I deserve to have it all because I'm a queen goddess, because you know, I'm a child of God and I know that I'm a matriarch and and I'm meant to have it all and I was told no, it's not none of that. It's not none of that needing to be superior. It's none of that like, oh, white people fear me and they just have never seen a goddess before, and it's none of that. It's none of that, none of it. What you guys see on the internet, it's none of that. It is you learning the high level skill of taking everything that is used to control the world and bring it up through your fucking pussy for real. This is why the church banished your fucking pussy, bitch. This is why they made you hate your fucking smell. This is why they torture daughters in front of their mothers. You need to learn how to take violence up and through your pussy consciously. What the fuck you think this is? What the fuck you think this is? What do you think this is? What do you think this is? What do you think this is? Like Big M, he said, was that so hard? You know why it's so hard for women? Because you're not in fucking possession of yourself. You're scared of men. You're scared of being whatever. Fill in the fucking blank of what you're scared in. All the laundry list of fears that men use to keep women in fucking servitude. Swallow it, bitch, down your throat, past your gag reflex, bitch. Swallow it the fuck down, bitch. Is that so hard? Is that so hard? Bring rape. You know, they be tripping on here. Grape. Bring it up and through. All of that kindness and prayer and all of that. That's nice. After you brought yourself through the gauntlet of what is used to keep you in binds. You need to confront what is used to keep you in binds. All of it. The most wicked, evil, filthy, dangerous, harmful thing. All of the shit y'all talking about what white people do, take it up and through your pussy. All of the shit you worry about, white men do this and black men do that and your mama did this, you take it up and through. And you do it on purpose, consciously, as a lifestyle. As a lifestyle. Alchemy, as a lifestyle. And when you really do it, it shows. You know how it shows? Because you're willing to come out onto the world stage in command. That's how it shows. It shows in you being willing and able to take in millions of dollars and circulate millions of dollars. How it shows is that you're able to call in clients, whatever you decide you want to call in. Maybe you don't want clients. Maybe you want a house, you want a villa in the mountains in Italy. Whatever. You can call in and you can work. And this is how this works. Thank you for all those hearts. Thank you for sharing the I see the energy. Hey, oh yeah. What happens is all the energies, all of them, because a lot of energy, y'all not even really feeling it because you keep it at bay. You live like this energetically. You live like this. See, because the evil eye. See, because men. Because white people, see, they be oppressing women. See, because, yeah. Yeah, that's how, energetically, that's how a lot of y'all are living. Mm-hmm. See, this is why I created Shadow Gold. This is why you motherfuckers stay your ass at bay until you're ready. You don't have to talk. When you're really ready, your actions will show. How about this? Don't you believe a nigga when he show you? Do you believe a nigga when he show you, or do you believe a nigga when he tell you? Same thing. You believe you when you act. The universe believes you when you act. So this alchemical work, all of it is inside of Shadow Gold. I'm on camera with you in the first module doing a whole pussy exercise with you. Yeah. If you don't get familiar with the wicked and you scared a nigga gonna take your pussy, scared you're not gonna be loved, scared of what people gonna think. Girl, that's elementary shit. Listen. So when a black woman, specifically, you a black sheep, you called to bring a message forward, you called to really command the world stage. What do I mean when I say command the world stage? Listen, you don't even have to go touting who you are. You walk into a room and people know. You have any conversation with anybody. Nothing stops you unnecessarily. Look, there's a reason for pause. There's a reason for delay. There's a place for everything. But all of this making up stories y'all be doing, Infinite Creatress said, I appreciate this. You're welcome. If anybody want to cash at me, let me know. I'll send you that. I'm so hot right now. To me, this all seems so simple. Okay? When I was $7 to my name, drinking myself to sleep, not showering for days at a time, wondering like what the fuck is going on? How can I know that I'm so powerful? And yet my bank account doesn't reflect it, my life status doesn't reflect it, my energy doesn't reflect it, the way I look at myself, like out here, my activity is not reflecting it. What the fuck is going on? It seemed like such a fucking puzzle, like such a mystery. And I'm telling you, being on this side now, after being what I just described to you, and now making hundreds of thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars online, hosting events all over the world, helping women of all ethnicities, races, socioeconomic classes, is what I just told you it is. And here's why most women ain't gonna do it. Because as I've said repeatedly, most women do not want their power. They don't want their full power. Nope. Thank you for following. So you get what you deserve. How do you dictate even deservability? What you open to? Are you open to receive that? Are you open to receiving $10,000 a month? Really? That would dictate the deservability. You being open to receiving it. You see what I mean? Any questions? You strengthen the foundation by starting with your mother. Start with this book that you see on the screen. Start there. Start by having conversations that you have been avoiding. If you can talk to her, obviously, if she's dead, you going maybe you talk to her differently, right? You pretend she's in front of you. But if your mother's alive and you can talk to her and you've been avoiding talk to her, that is the place to go to start to restore the foundation of you. Remember, this is not about her. This is about you. If you're like, no, that's out of the equation. She's too toxic. She's too whatever, whiny, childish, whatever. I don't even want to get myself caught up in that. Read this book and then do intuitively what you feel called to do. What's the desire? What's the desire? Let's start sharing some desires in the comments. True desire. True desire. And this is another conversation we didn't finish. So when old boy said in here earlier, he said what he said because he wanted attention. And the frequency, I immediately picked it up and I said, oh, let's give Big M some attention, because that's all he wanted was attention. He didn't even care about the topic that he put up there. He just wanted attention. I gave him the attention, and what was his response? See, that's so hard. He just wanted attention. The point I was making about my mentor, wealthy mentor, who said to me, women could completely rule the world if they wanted to. These women making 10 million, 50 million. That's why I say money don't mean somebody is powerful. It mean they can buy, they can do things that money can do, but money don't mean power, like actual internal power. The reason why they are not in their power, the reason why women are not in their power is because they're unwilling to absorb the ugly that men assert and the frequency of those that control the world. You run away from child problems, like, all the things that they do, anything and everything, all of it, the worst, all the way up, all of it. Y'all run from it, shame it, make it bad. See those with their pressures, do those evil fucking people. You need to be taking the evil up and through your pussy. This is alchemy, bitch. It ain't pretty. It ain't. It's something that the pastor can't preach. It's something that the teacher can't teach. That's in Kanye's song called No Church in the Wild. Pastor ain't telling you that, huh? He's telling you, pray for your neighbor. Yeah, there you go. Pray for your neighbor. Turn the other cheek. Forgive. All of that is real nice. Very good. You want to have that skill too. You also want to know how to take demons up your pussy. You also want to know how to do high level alchemy. You also want to be able to take any and all energy, any and all of it, seen and unseen, any and all of it through your whole being. This is how the fuck you come alive. Where do you think alive come from? What does alive mean? What does alive mean? Through the female lens. Alive. So the point is, most men are exactly like old boy who was over here. When women get into feminine power, it's about some natural order. First of all, half the men that are alive would lose their shit. Lose their shit. Lose their shit. more than half the men who are alive, they would lose their shit because instantly they would like feel and see their lack of access to somebody to make a baby with. I was looking at a group of men today and I was like, wow, they're actually making babies with people. I was listening to them talking. Like, gosh, women are expected to make children with these people. And that's because there's a large number of men on earth who are here because we are not in natural order. But hey, listen, so many women refuse. Listen, we don't blame. Understand. It's understandable. See, when you get informed, because of the work you do, you get all kind of knowledge you ain't gonna find in a fucking book because males made sure to delete and distort so many stories. The same way we're doing right now with critical race theory. Yeah, same fucking thing. Yeah. So it's a lot of stuff about women in power you ain't gonna never know. You know how you gonna know when you come into your body? When you start running and hiding from all the ugly and dirty and filth of the world and you absorb it and make sure you part of that work is also hard work. Because the heart, a pure heart, is girl, the cure all. The cure all. It's a pure heart. But see, the Bible, written by the men, told you, don't trust the heart. No, they mean an unpure heart. Whew, I'm telling you, your sight clears up so much as a woman when you come into your power. But that's a problem for the ones who want you to be attached to them and so they can feed off of you. And you die in the process. Oh, gosh. Show me a woman who's thriving in her marriage. Then we can talk. Thriving. She's becoming her best self. She's living. She's not afraid of life. She can create. That's a woman. That's why I say it's taboo to be a woman. A real woman. Not just somebody who can make babies. Bitch, I can get pregnant at 14. My sister got pregnant at 14. I can make a baby. Making a baby don't make you a woman. Cleaning a house don't make you a woman. Taking care of your kids don't make you a woman. How many of y'all got kids and married and know that? Okay? Okay, let's look at these desires. Matriarch said, my desire is to be able to be my full self. What is your full self, darling? What is that? How will you know you are being your full self? What will you have? Who will be in your life? What will you feel like? What will your life look like? Or Yama said, home in America and Africa and multiple streams of income and residual income. Are you actively working toward that, like for real? I love that. Home in America and Africa. I feel you on that. I'm looking at my two destinations as well. The real foundation of it all. The divine flow said, I desire to get out of my own way. What would that look like? What would that look like? Tell me exactly. You're really telling you. I'm just asking the question. Tell me what exactly does that look like? Up and through, up and through, up and through. Amen. My dad is a pastor and literally lives the opposite of what he preaches. They ain't gonna make no money if they tell you the truth. It's something that the pastor don't preach. Hey, it's something that a teacher can't teach. Girl, so many of these pastors, girl, listen. Okay, we're not gonna start with whatever. Listen. Walk Divine Essence said, walk the world stage, share my experience to help guide Black neurodivergent women. Amen. I love that. Neurospicy, is that neurodivergent is the same as neurospicy or what's different, What would you say makes me a woman, Stellian? Yes, ma'am, but I could go harder. Yes. And what does harder look like? Be mindful. A masculine mind is deep inside of women. So how do we do that without getting fibroids? Do what, sweetheart? I desire to be fully liberated, able to go where I want, when I want to do what I want. I've heard that before. So I imagine most of you are doing this work by yourselves, right? Like when you're broke, it seems like most of you are here are broke. So forgive me if that's not you. I'm not calling you broke. If you're not, I'm just saying. Several of the women here have already said that they can't afford Atlanta or something else. And so that's why my client said poverty is women's greatest enemy, not man. She said, because she said when women don't have money, she make all kind of inferior decisions because she's living from a place of survival and scarcity. But this work, the rubber meets the road where this really becomes real for you, where abundance is your natural state. You're not constantly in this sort of like, I'm working on getting my money up, from this sort of survival, pull your bootstraps up kind of thing. Um, and like this way of being out of your way and being your full self and walking the world stage and the cementing, and not literal cementing, but the normalizing of that in your nervous system and in your way of being happens in relationship with other women who are doing it, not alone. And most broke people are doing it by themselves. And also as a fear-based mechanism. As the video I put up on TikTok today about what was the point that I made? The point that I'm making here and now is the community and the iron sharpening iron. And like, for example, Iris and Iris be saying shit all the time that's of limitation, that's of scarcity, that's of fear. And I reflect back to her all the time on the phone. She's like, oh, see, I got this. Oh, see, I got it. Oh, and Iris is 63, like all the time. So she's changing her language, but that's happening in our relationship. The back of imagine Iris by herself all the time, which is what it has been. Look at you all the time by your fucking self. What? And so you do the work all by yourself, then you go out and what you practice in the world on strangers. Like, who's checking you? You see what I mean? So this happens in relationship. This happens in experiences with each other. You listening to me talk, us being in a room behind closed doors where we're having conversations that we're not going to have online, and you hear another woman talk, that powers you. That's what Atlanta is all about. So y'all, I just want to put that out there, like this, the way women have been communal historically. That's how we supported and loved and cared for each other. We weren't off doing the work by ourselves. I'm, yeah, I've been working on that too over here in my house by myself. How's that working for you? How's that working for you? How's that working for you? Oh my God, I'm supposed to be out the door right now to go to. Jesus Christ. Lord. I'm going. I'm just going. I'm about to go, y'all. I think what makes me a woman is being my most authentic self. Voila. Me to my core, not conditioned to be. Amen. And make sure your pussy is included in that. What does that look like? When you turned on, you don't run from it. I could keep going, but I'm getting ready to go in a minute after I read y'all comments. Here's the thing. Women, and is this you? I'm curious to know, because this might not be anybody here, but just in case it is, I'm going to say it. We'll have a whole conversation about power, motherhood, being our authentic self, being abundant, living the life of our dreams, full power, being a divine goddess. We'll talk all that. And somehow, when it comes to the pussy power of it all, that's not as important. That, no. Any of y'all got that going on? Like, how much of you are aware of how much your arousal matters in your vitality? And that if you put conditions on your arousal, well, I can't be aroused by him, and I can't be aroused by that, and I can't be aroused by that, like, because your shadow self is aroused by inappropriate things. Your shadow self is aroused by dangerous things. Are you aware of that? Maybe. I just want to put that out there. So when you're talking to me about you want to get out your own way, you want to be your full self is pussified. Make sure the pussy is included. Make sure your arousal feeds your vibrancy. It feeds your authenticity. We can smell it. Does that make sense? Sometimes when you're seeking sisterhood, you're met with envious, insecure women who counteract you. Yeah. And did you sort of sense that before you went in, and you went in anyway? You're powerful. We know these things. You see what I mean? You're met with envious, insecure. And I know, so when you're younger, just like, you got to learn these things, So I don't know how old you guys are. Keep that in mind. The divine flow said authenticity is intimidating to an insecure person. Very true. Thank you for sharing the live again, One Earth. Groovy Alchemist said, why are you so damn funny while telling the truth? Well, I'm glad, girl. OPT said, I have to work alone for the time being. Do what you got to do, girl. Then make sure you connect as fast as you can. Thank you for the rose, Nina. That's what I'm most interested in. What? There's a book called Prayers that aligns with everything that you're saying. Amen. So tell them about the book. Share it? A book called Prayers. There you go. Maybe the word I should have used was value. I'm not sure the context of that. What? Okay. All right. I'm going to be late to class, but I got to go to class. This has been splendid. I got a great opportunity to share a message, connect with you all, create some content. Now I'm getting ready to go fuel, and work out. You're welcome, creative cosmic chaos. Enjoy your day, Nina. You're very welcome, the divine flow. You are loved and you are powerful beyond measure. I mean that. I know I'm being kind of silly right now, but I mean that. You are powerful beyond measure. You're so powerful that a part of you doesn't even want it. God damn, bitch. It's like if somebody came and just dropped off a 5-ton vault of gold to your house. Part of you would be excited, but a part of you would feel burdened. Like, what am I going to do with this? Where do I go? Who do I call? Do I call a bank for this? Wait a minute. Hold on. That is you intrinsically. You're very welcome. I gotta go. Au revoir. This was fun, y'all. I gotta go.